Hey guys, in this next video, we're going to talk about Superman and Lois Season 3, Episode 6, and Superman and Lois Season 3, Episode 7. Now here's the thing, guys. Superman and Lois has been widely regarded as one of the best DC TV shows on the CW, where it shouldn't even be on the CW. I've shared this sentiment. We're going to talk even more in depth about Superman and Lois on the podcast tonight. Make sure you tune into the podcast. It's going to be around 8 o'clock tonight. We're going to be talking about around 8 or 9 tonight. We'll be discussing all things DC tonight. It's the first episode of my new podcast, Dawn of DC. Make sure you guys come check it out. Come chat. Come ask questions about DC. We're going to chat about everything. It's going to be great. And it will be with my co-host, the Pixar expert. Yes, it's funny. The Pixar expert is teaming up with a different company. He's not working for Disney anymore. So it'll be pretty awesome. All right. So our first episode today is called Of Sound Mind. This episode we get to see Clark is kind of in uncharted territory, and Lois bonds with a new friend, and Superman pays a visit to Bruno Mannheim. Now, this is not met very positively, but Superman ends up confronting that Green Arrow villain, Onomatopoeia, and she uses her sound powers, and Clark is getting just decimated by this. But Jordan ends up by Lois's request, ends up saving him, because earlier in the episode, Clark is pushing Jordan because he doesn't want Jordan to be. He doesn't know what Jordan's weaknesses are. We don't know what his kryptonite is. All these things, because he's from Superman's blood, so he doesn't know. He doesn't want to send his son in to die. His son ends up saving him. They build this great moment. There's weird things going on between Superman and Bruno Mannheim, and so it leads to these really interesting things. And Lois has now been at Bruno Mannheim's clinic, so there's interesting situations going on here. Superman and Lois is just remarkable. Great action this episode. It gets heavy because we're dealing with cancer. It's a very heavy storyline. It's doing just such a remarkable job. I love it. I think this episode was absolutely incredible. It was so well done. So Superman and Lois, episode 6 of season 3, it gets a, let's see, how do we put this? So we had a lot going on. We found out that Lana now knows about Chrissy and Kyle, so that led to some relationship drama, but not necessarily. It made sense it was going to happen eventually. They're a real relationship now. It's not a one-night stand. It's not a hookup. So that was really good. So, yeah, season 3, episode 6 gets a 9.5 out of 10. This episode was absolutely incredible, and it pulled on the heartstrings, and it was good. It was very good. All right, next up on our list, Forever and Always, season 3, episode 7. Superman and Lois. This episode we dig deeper into Bruno Mannheim and his connections to Hobbs Bay Medical Center. So Bruno Mannheim has been doing everything in his care to. We've been thinking he's this bad, sinister guy with connections to the mob. He just really wanted to protect his wife because his wife was dying. And once again, this season dives so deep into cancer and the heaviness of it, and just everything that happens, and things over at home. The kids are digging into, like, why can't we use Kryptonian technology to save Lois? And Clark is like, because we don't know how she'll react to it. And just, he's thought of these things, but the risk is so great, and just, once again, shows why Tyler Hoechlin is brilliant as Clark. And just, this episode was incredible. It made me emotional. You feel for this family like it's your family. Like, you feel like you're there with Lois when she's going through cancer. You feel like you're there for all these characters, because the emotion that they're going through, you feel it. It doesn't feel like just another superhero TV show. It feels real. Even though Superman can fly and shoot lasers, the theme of family, to quote Vin Diesel, is real here. And it's delivered in a positive way. So we learn more about Bruno Mannheim. We get to see Clark go back to his old investigative journal days, and he gets to kind of talk through everything. And you see how that all goes. And it leads to a very interesting place. And it's done at a very interesting rate here. It really is delivered upon, and you believe where things are going. And it's very interesting. I really enjoyed this episode. The emotional message at the end, how the family's at, how everyone has to talk about what everything's going on. This episode for me, even though there's not very much action, it's an incredibly acted and directed episode. I'm going to give Superman and Lois Forever and Always a 9.6 out of 10. It's a great episode. I recommend if you guys like my Superman and Lois reviews, please make sure you drop a like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.